And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and we were all doing a rendition of Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
I fought the law,
and the law won.
I fought the law. What was it? Yep. Busted these rocks in the hot sun.
Oh, yeah.
I fought the... Boy, who sang that originally? That was a big hit for, I think, a rock group.
50s.
In the 50s?
60s.
Like 60s. It was huge. And then I left my baby, and I feel so bad. I guess my race is run. It was good stuff. Julia has no idea what we're talking about. I see it in her face.
She's just so happy to be back.
I'm shocked you're still here. I was telling you earlier, I'm surprised Shirley didn't kill you after yesterday.
Oh, Shirley Buckley, bless her heart.
Don't say anything else.
We every now and then have to recognize a listener, and Bubba, her husband, God bless him. Y'all just think of him sometime today. He has put up with her.
She's going to get you. Oh. And I just hope I'm there to witness it.
I hope I'm not near him.
Poor Bubba. He used to be my neighbor is where the problem is, and then he married her, and she made him move off. Didn't want to live by me for some reason.
Trying to get out of the neighborhood, obviously.
That's what happened there.
Well, it's another one of those that Scotty Ray set up. See, she's already over here talking on there. What?
Oh, she's back?
Yeah,
oh,
see?
Have mercy.
And Haley says good morning to you. Won't even say good morning to me.
Did y'all hear the story that I did during, I know there was not a fake, but somebody thought there was an accident, and then there wasn't this morning, so everybody was scrambling before I went on.
We've told you that we don't watch or follow.
I've caught on to that.
Showing up on Friday morning.
We're not paying attention.
Wells Fargo. Y'all have heard of that.
Yeah.
Last Friday, a girl shows up to work. She goes in, she sits down in her cubicle. 4 days later, they think, what's that smell? She was dead and had been dead, and nobody noticed in a cubicle.
So she worked 24/7.
Well, she kind of.
I mean,
yeah.
How'd they do her last check?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Did she ever?
No, and that's how they discovered how long she had been there, was because she had never clocked out from last Friday. How bad is it that your boss does never check in and go, "How you doing today? What you doing?"
Well, so it was on a Friday, so at least it was a weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, but go back to that story you had yesterday where you had a team building exercise.
Yeah.
And they left
him on the mountain. They were there to raise money for a group.
Well, if he makes it back, he's part of the team. Yeah, 15 went up the hill, 14 come down. It's that simple.
How bad of an employee is it that your coworkers don't like you that they won't turn around and come get you? And he sent them texts.
We'll check on him later.
That's what they did.
No, they said, we're not bringing him back with us.
Hey, but we've all worked with that person that you'd like to carry to the top of the hill.
You're right. Yeah, if you're honest.
I'm pretty sure I am that person. That's me, though. I would be the person left on the mountain.
That's right. Mercy. It was you were out and about yesterday.
She's been out and about for 3 weeks.
She has.
I've been busy.
It's good to have you back.
It is.
It's good to be back.
Now, let's talk about this, because somebody stopped me in the street yesterday and said, what about what's coming up with Full Moon?
Okay.
When is it?
It
Give us some more.
is a week from today. And I didn't even come here prepared. Okay, it's the Bouncing Betty is our band. We're doing the.
Imagine.
What do you do?
Been off for 3 weeks and then comes in
what
unprepared.
Do you do?
Tell me
nothing.
what to type in, because it's got that name that I never know how to.
Bouncing Betty.
Bart.
Arts, A-R-T-S, hush.
And community.
And the ampersand.
Let's see here. Here it is.
Greg, what did you say that she was out changing the oil in her broom? She's been
I didn't
too much?
say that. But Halloween's right around the corner.
Yeah, there we go. So Bouncing Betty. It's the same 80s kind of cover band that we had last September. We are adding some stuff to it, but everything's going to outside of that, it's the same. So that was a really fun event.
Does
last
anybody
year.
dress as Michael Jackson and come to this?
Well, we do dress up for. I think somebody was Michael Jackson last year, but
It ought to be you. Make it sound again.
our aces are really get into the 80s.
He looks like his hair's done been on fire.
What hair?
Put him out. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we let me just point out, and we'll get into this in a minute. There's a real problem with those headphones that you have to wear in a helicopter because you cannot put a cowboy hat on top of that. And I had to put it on my knee.
I saw that.
It was just, I had 3 hairs sticking up.
Somebody texted last night on Facebook and says, Scotty Ray, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your helicopter is?
I had a blast with that, y'all.
All I could see was those frozen turkeys coming out the door. WKRP.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
That's all I could think about was Herb and Les.
Julia's not sure about that episode.
I could still see Johnny Fever sitting there at the switch, and he never turned it off. He just let it go.
I'm proud. I thought that you, as scared as you are of water, I figure you'd be scared of flying too. That's
He won't
great.
go up on a rooftop if it's over 8 feet.
Hey, those
Scotty Ray
scared me.
won't?
No.
Okay, but the helicopter, that's fine.
Yeah, let me show y'all this. If y'all have not, and this is the
Got to keep the irrational fears straight.
here's let me show you the plane, not the plane, but the helicopter. This is what we came in on. I got to sit up front, ride, and see everything. But let's flip over here. Let's just show a little bit of this. If you've never seen Meridian from this angle, it's just way cool. We got to fly over the judge's house. We done. All right, let me hit play here. It's a little loud.
Mississippi State University.
Yeah. Look at this. And then we're going to go out near the reservoir. We'll forward fast here.
I think I've ever done.
Let's get, as you get near some of these buildings downtown. That is Crossroads, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Holiday Inn. Right over there is Massey.
Greg, that's your alma mater back there, the other place, isn't it?
That's right. That's right.
But if you've never
What is
been
that, Hojo's?
you know what I learned? Y'all ever rode in like a Dodge when you go to put on the brakes and the rotors are bent and it does that jerk?
Yeah.
It does that when you're landing a helicopter.
And you do realize if that thing goes to missing, you can't just pull over and work on it. You know what
It's
I'm
over,
saying?
isn't
If
it?
it goes dead, you can't coast off the side of the road or whatever. You're going to look like one of them turkeys on WKRP. if
There
that thing
you
goes
go.
missing. I'm not scared of flying. I have flown helicopter, commercial plane, small plane, but I don't volunteer.
You
How
just
small.
just jump on it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's like these folks got into these go-karts with wings on them, them ultralight thing.
Ain't doing
dude.
that.
You know how many go-karts I tore up? I ain't getting in one of them things.
You know there's one of those at the bottom of Oak Tippy,
Or what?
an aerolite.
What happened?
Him crashed.
Well, they obviously crashed. I ain't no detective.
My uncle built one and had one. That's all past tense. It was a pretty rough takeoff.
My uncle jumped out of the loft of the barn with an umbrella, too. But, I mean, that didn't work well either.
Like I said, I had a first cousin who thought he was Superman there for a little while. He went through stages in life. Oh, boy, oh, boy. We got so much more to talk about what's going on in our communities. Yesterday was a blast, and I want to thank the guys for letting me fly in the helicopter. I really need one of those because you get to places so much faster.
You park wherever you want to.
You can. People get out of your way.
Then you have to
I don't think
hover
you
just
need
to
that
go down
sort of
the road.
power.
I didn't
I'm going
bump
to just
in-
make a decision.
not
I don't think we
one.
can handle that. Scotty Ray with a helicopter.
We'll get him a little propeller and put on his
we
cowboy
got
hat.
to. I think we got to draw a line
You didn't
there.
have one red light, did you?
No, and no pulpwood trucks. You know how normally you have a pulpwood truck and you you can't get past them? Didn't see any of that up there. Enjoyed it. We'll be right back. More on the way. That girl is here.
Yep.
Greg is here. And then, of course, Odie and I. We'll be right back with all your headlines.
Jordan LaParish Tractor here to talk about our fall hunting package, the Whitetail Widowmaker, L2502 DT with a DH1560 an RCR 1260 6-foot cutter. You're going to get a free pipe top trailer with that. We're about 60 days from hunting season. This package is going to start around $29,999 cash, as little as $385 per month. Come see us. 4 locations: Meridian, Hattiesburg, Poplarville, Robertsdale, and coming soon to the Panhandle of Florida.
Place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Hey, here we are.
Oops. What I was digging for, what was going on over here was we had a fender bender last night right by the Waffle House. Let me go here and show y'all. This is, and there's a backstory to this.
Somebody hit grease.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's here. Let me hit refresh over here because I know I hit the go button. I did.
Bless his heart.
We got a report last night of somebody that was headed on 18th Avenue. And they saw a car speed off and start doing donuts in the middle of the road.
Imagine that.
We used to do that.
It heads down B Street, slings sideways, and by then the police are called. It heads up toward Waffle House, Roebuck Drive, 22nd Avenue.
My neighborhood.
Right, headed toward your place. You could have been down there eating, and this is what happened with that.
Oh.
I think that's going to be a total.
Oh.
Acting a fool.
The Mustang is totaled.
Oh, man.
Now, what I don't have pictures of is the car that it struck, the innocent person that it hit. It hit an F-150. I think it's totaled also. And I think it was a former police officer of some sort that was struck by this car. MPD showed up on scene. We had Metro ambulance come out. I think this person that was doing the donuts was taken to Jackson for medical care for head injury from the wreck there. As you'll look here, look back at this picture. Let me pull this back up. Look at the windshield. That shows that a noggin did hit
there
that.
wasn't no seatbelt on, was it?
No, it was not.
That car looks familiar.
And I didn't make it to that. I had a person that was standing to the side over there that said, you know how all the cars are made of plastic now? That was kind of what hurt the person, was a lot of that flew off and hit them. So cars are fast. Be careful what you do with them. On top of it, there's innocent people that don't want to bump into you.
On top of that, there was some wet roads yesterday, and we're not used to that. I'm sorry, it hadn't rained since like last Christmas.
That's right.
And when
I pray he's okay.
Shower, yeah,
he
pray
did it to
all right.
himself, but I hope he's okay.
That's one of those instances, and that was somewhere 10:30ish, 11 o'clock last night. We'd just gotten back in from the situation that happened there. Now, and let me. I had got invited, and this is just how Scotty Ray stumbles upon things. I had got invited to a disco last night.
Did you wear?
And you just thought you did
you
a
wear
guest
your
list for a disco, and you're like, Scotty Ray.
That makes the top of the list. John Travolta, Scotty Ray.
Did you dance?
I didn't make it. It was a nursing home that was putting on a disco for their patients. You do quit it.
All we need is a Pollock and a rabbi with Scotty Ray. We got the makings of a good joke here. Did you hear the one about Scotty Ray?
In the nursing home.
So
why didn't you go?
well, I had just
wasn't nowhere to land. That's what he's gonna say. He's a helicopter
FBI
guy
was in
now.
town.
I had met somebody and I was riding with. This is where, because I had several questions of where's your bulletproof vest. Well, I had an issue with that. I had just gotten into somebody else's car with them to go to the disco thing, and I'm sitting there, and here comes this car, zip, 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 and then armored car, and I thought, I need to follow that, and off we go down Windmill Drive. And then they got down there to the church, and they all jumped out, and they done a little huddle. And I thought, well, I need to sit here because I don't think they want me in there.
You wasn't invited in the huddle.
I was not invited to the huddle.
They have got to be like, I mean, they're serving a search warrant, and they're like, how did he know about
But
this?
if you ever just been somewhere, and it was just like, whoop, whoop.
That fella's phone went ding, and he looked and says, "Ooh, Scotty Ray's going live." He pulls it up and goes,
"Hey, that's my house." That's like Jim Cantori being in the yard. You know a storm's coming.
and you still live with mom and daddy going, "I didn't do nothing."
That's really what. Let me show y'all. Now I recorded and I hadn't posted it yet of all the cars passing because it was something else to watch. This fella brought out people like I have never seen. Let me show you the armored car sitting in front of the home.
Oh, God.
Y'all see that up there?
We had one of them.
We don't.
You have to go down to Hertz and rent one.
He come from out of town.
That right there is Sir Drone guy there in the black vehicle. And what I didn't know is after they got all this together of the amount of people that come in after the fact, after they secure a home, of the 25 people from out of state, all those tags.
They're all around the 3 foot this morning because when I was coming up here, there's tags from everywhere.
That's them.
They came and got somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were serious about this, and now we know who it was. And when I first went live, I didn't know what was going on.
Does have the news.
It was one of those things that was developing as I was there, and then it started because I was talking to neighbors, and we had people that couldn't get to their homes because the street was blocked. There was no way to go, and so we inched. And we made a little bit further. And again, I want to remind you, when you go live out of the blue like this, sometimes you have a few technical difficulties. And we had one or two as we were scrambling, getting our stuff together. But as we would learn, I started getting, okay, this has to do with a threat. And then we would learn that it had to do with an online threat. Then we started figuring out, okay, that threat is in South Lauderdale County, which is Clarkdale.
Right.
Now, and let me be careful how I word this. I also got word that after it was all said and done, there was going to be a loud noise, and let me word it just like that, so it doesn't upset the other folks there. But the way I have to word this is it was a loud explosion that was planned. So something was found, and I can't tell you whether it was to get into something or they found something at the home that had to be done away with, and it was in a contained area, and they were letting everybody know door to door of you're fixing to hear something, and it's okay, we're doing it. FBI, marshals, there was a whole bunch of people there.
There's sometimes if you find, and we do not know this is it, this is just if an explosive was found and it's unstable because you don't know how it was built, sometimes
you got to get rid of it.
The safest way to get rid of it is to blow it up.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's what happened, if that's what took place. We do not know, but that is one
way to do that.
That's disposable.
Now, today at 9:30, the Sheriff's Department, as we put this out, is going to have a press conference at 9:30. We will carry this live.
Are you flying in?
I am. Going right there in the building. I hear they got some staircases I can go down. Oh, that's really cool. 9:30, we're going to carry this live. Now, let's go ahead and show you the picture that was booked in this morning. Let me go back over here and find what I've done with this. Here it is. This is a former teacher of Clarkdale. He has been charged. Daniel Johnson has been charged and is in the Lauderdale County Jail with terroristic threats. The press conference is coming up, and let me see if I still got. Let me see here. I've got it pulled up from the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. Of all the charges, it's also listed. Here it is. Here's the charge straight from their office there. To intimidate or coerce a civilian population. We'll find out more about this from Sheriff Ward Calhoun in a little bit. But always remind yourselves, and we've seen this twice this week in our little neighborhood of terroristic threats upon a school. They tracked down the guy in Flowood, and they take these things very serious.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know there was a lot of people going, when is law enforcement going to do something about this? I saw this. They were gathering information, and let me tell you, when they got their information together, they came to town in a hurry there. Well, y'all are quiet over there.
Well, I mean, it's not really a fun story.
It's bad.
You know, it's sad and it's scary
that's
that's a mindset that we have to deal with nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
So that is what everything that went on last night.
Always know, too, with technology like it is nowadays, and everybody knows I'm 100 years behind in times, but the old days of the prank phone calls and,
Your hippopotamus is in my swimming pool.
They know now. You can't ask
They're
them
gonna
if they
find
got
you.
Prince Albert and you can. You better let him out. Or is your refrigerator running?
Right.
I mean, when you call somebody, there's a wreck. I promise you, they can be there and just, this is so and so. I don't care whose phone it is. They gonna find you. They will find you.
And they gonna track you. They know where you are.
I'd like for you to confess that you've been getting dirty pictures over here
The what now?
on your phone.
Oh yeah, did you see those pies? Miss Pat sent me.
She's sending pictures of food?
of all those
Early
pies.
that she sent.
She said she was carrying them to Long's Fish Camp.
He just opens it
tomorrow
up
night.
and smiles.
Oh yeah, it was Miss Pat's homemade apple. Oh man,
They're good.
Peach, blue. Oh man,
She's over here
Good
texting
morning.
him.
You're gonna have to stop now.
Good morning to Miss Pat. She's always watching, a faithful follower of the
Yes,
Scotty
she
Ray
is.
Show. And might I add, that woman can make a fried apple pie.
She's trying to lure Greg away with them pies.
I got news for you. I'll get out that helicopter in midair for a couple of them pies.
You're supposed to thank somebody for something.
Oh, I do. But after we finished up last night, I was thinking, I sure am hungry because I knew I wasn't going to get nothing that late when I got home. So I went down to the chicken place there on North Hill Street. Cane's is where I went.
Oh, that one on that end.
And I pulled up to the window, and the nice lady at the window says, the person in front of you paid for this. And she bought I don't know who she was, but I just want to say thank you for doing that. That was so kind.
Did you get the caniac combo?
I
big
got
one?
the combo number one.
Yeah.
And I got rid of the coleslaw because we all know that
It's a vegetable, and
Right.
Lord knows. I can't have
I said,
that.
chunk me another piece of that bread up in there. So
Says Mr. Open Heart Surgery.
Soak it in the grease.
wait a
real
minute,
good.
is that supposed to be bad for you?
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. You're
that
doing
grease
great.
will slicken up everything. It'll be fine. Trust me.
You don't want those little chunks of coleslaw to get stuck.
That's right. That's right.
And then after I got to the road, after I'm turning out, is when the light bulb went on in my head of, oh, dummy, you're supposed to buy the person's food behind you. So somebody does.
Poor guy behind him.
So did you go back through the drive-thru?
It was stuck out to the road. I'd have been there another hour and a half.
But what he was really thinking, if I'd have known this going to pay, I'd have got some for the bar.
But from the bottom of my heart, I just wanted to say a big thank you to whoever
That is
you might be
nice.
who done that. That was extremely nice, and I certainly appreciate that. We'll be right back. We got a lot more to talk about this morning here at the report with that girl, Greg and Odie, and, well, of course, me. We'll be right back.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler? Or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles. A GMC Denali. Or a 2024 Silverado 2500. Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Here we are.
Here we
We're
go.
back. I heard the Q word, banana pudding. What did I miss? Did somebody send you some pudding pictures? Are you sure?
I'll tell you if I see
Got
some
no
coming
banana
up.
pudding popped up yet.
Man,
working
it's
on
such an art to that, and I'm afraid that the next generation is losing touch with great banana pudding.
I make great banana pudding.
It don't come
it's
out of
my
a
husband's
box.
favorite.
Is it?
It is. And Jeans has really good banana pudding.
I've had pudding
he's
with
a
you
banana
there.
pudding connoisseur, and he says Jeans is the best.
I like banana pudding.
Now, and then comes the next question: do you like it hot or do you like it cold?
Cold.
I'm cold.
No,
also.
I don't want no warm banana.
you eat it hot?
No, I'm a
okay.
cold guy, but there's
Who
other
eats
people
it
that do
hot?
it.
Oh yeah, no. You got to
Seriously,
have
there's people out there that
and
want
the
it.
next day it's twice as good.
It is.
Just
Now-
about anything's better than next day.
See, I don't like. My grandmother always put meringue on it.
I don't care for
Yeah,
the
I can-
meringue.
I
either.
do
like the
that.
You
No.
gotta have a right and
I don't care
and
for
Miller
cow spit
wafers.
on anything.
Oh,
That stuff's man.
I like pineapple pudding too. You can do pineapple instead of
Scroll our
bananas.
messages.
Oh,
over
y'all,
here,
we got to get
Scotty
down and see what
Ray.
everybody's
I know.
saying here. Okay, let's get this.
Sometimes- especially if we're about to play a game.
I didn't know that banana pudding. Chick-fil-A had banana pudding.
Banana
milkshake.
pudding milkshake.
I ain't never tried that.
Oh, and that Bluebell banana pudding ice cream.
Yes, sir.
Oh my.
The passion that y'all have when you're discussing desserts.
I
is
remember
really-
sitting here and somebody brought us banana pudding cookies. Who did that?
Oh, Miss Kay Gallion makes them. They are awesome. Hint, hint, Miss Kay. They
Yeah.
are awesome. They taste just like banana
It did.
pudding and it's cookies.
Madison, my daughter, tried it. She goes, "Oh my heavens!"
Yes, Miss Kay makes them, and they are fantabulous.
And it will mess with your head because you think it's supposed to be like a chocolate chip cookie, and you
Yeah.
bite into it, and it's pudding.
Oh yeah, they are fine.
So,
Now, why are they going? She gonna send you a picture of
well, I can't show that picture. I'll have to save it because we got other things in there that can't be shown.
Yeah.
But we got a picture of Odie underwater that we'll show
He's
after.
looking for Nemo.
I was looking for Nemo.
It's a good picture, though. Hey, we did have some gunshots overnight, believe it or not. Yes, sir, Bob. They were in the 15th Street, 48th Avenue area. Now, no one was hurt or no damage to our knowledge at this point. That's the good story that we'll tell you about that. No damage there. Let's see what else went
life.
on. Do what's that now?
I said that's life.
Wait, now that let's just focus on that. There was an interview that was given by our current mayor, and as you put that out, and they're asking him about crime, and he says that people die. That's just life. I'm flabbergasted that would be said. I truly am. I'm going down to U-Haul to buy some boxes so they'll have something to put their stuff in when the election happens because it's coming. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Boy, everybody else went quiet in the room.
And a hush
Well,
fell over the crowd.
I try to always give grace to elected officials because it is a hard job. It really is.
Okay, so what do you think about that
can't
comment?
make all
Let me
the
put you
people,
on the spot
You
there.
can't make all the people happy all the time.
True.
And
You're under a
it's-
microscope.
And I fumble over my words and stuff. So I'm prayerful that when things like that are said, that's not the true intentions of your heart. That you don't really just feel like all is lost
Okay.
and it's just part of life.
All right, well, let's
But,
let me give you another example. Let me give you a straightforward, thought-out process. You can't use the fire truck in Meridian to hang a flag for a deceased, fallen police officer. How you feel about that?
Well, I walked my tail up to the city council and told them how I felt about that because that's my fire truck, and so
Right.
I was very clear on. I think that is. I don't have words for that.
Back up. That's the first I've heard of that.
That's
Yeah,
where,
when,
okay, so that's
Officer
where I
Kroom
lost
was
it.
killed in the
that's-
line of
That's where
duty.
they lost
Yeah.
me.
The fire trucks, as they were getting ready to name the street after him, The Meridian fire truck was not allowed by our mayor to hang the American flag for the ceremony.
I had no clue.
Yeah, a county truck.
And I don't know this, but it was alluded to me. There was some strife between the council and the mayor at that point in time.
That's
and
no
the council
place to
had
do it.
requested it, and so to prove a point, we said it wasn't allowed there. And
Doesn't matter. That's one of our guys.
That fire truck belongs to me, though.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't.
He gave his life in
That's
the line
right.
of duty for our town.
That's exactly
And
right.
the county had to come in with if y'all remember, we got pictures of it. The county had to come in with a fire truck to hang that flag for that ceremony because the mayor would not allow a City of Meridian fire truck. You can take it any way you want, but that's what went on.
I had no clue.
Yeah. Now, I'm out and about.
That was very, very disappointing. And like I said, I give grace. So if there's a good reason for that to have happened, I've begged for that.
There's
because otherwise, that's just
there's no excuse for that one.
And let me say this: if you're thinking of, because I haven't officially heard if Jimmy's going to rerun, I'm assuming he's going to rerun. But let me say this: I'm in a lot of communities all over Meridian. I have been in the more upscale neighborhood. I've been in the medium class neighborhood. I have been in the private neighborhoods of what you would call a poor neighborhood. There's one thing's in common in every one of them: that people that walk up to me, I ain't voting for Jimmy again. I hear it over. It doesn't matter who you are, what color of skin you have. If you are here on a green card, even they go, I ain't voting for him.
Well, and the problem is, again, I'm going to play the devil's advocate always. And they've done a lot of good things. There's a lot of positive things that have occurred during this administration. But they haven't communicated. Everybody, this community is begging them to communicate, and people are frustrated when you don't hear anything good, and all you hear is the bad, and then is silence after. It's difficult. And
I'll say this: as y'all all know, I mentioned earlier this week that there was going to be a meeting at the police department where the police department met with the media, and a way to reboot things. And as I sat there, I quickly realized. Just hush. I
were quiet?
I was, except for the poor little girl that I straightened out from another news media. And then
be nice.
And I apologized to her because I thought she was going to jump. But the message that I got there was, you're making us look bad. This is what you're doing. You're doing your job wrong, and you're making us look bad. So I didn't add anything. I didn't see the point. Anything that I would have said wouldn't have worked.
You're not making them look bad. They're making themselves look bad.
You
You're just telling folks about it. I mean, that's the thing that I don't get.
Yeah.
But
it really, I would have gained nothing by saying anything. Here's an example of it. The City of Meridian comes in and they put up a camera and they start recording it. Another news outlet turns theirs on and they go, "Oh, you're going to record this? Well, you're recording it. How come we can't?" It just, in a meeting like that, you sit down and you go, "Look, let's work together. How can we help y'all?" But I can't. I'm not teaching a class.
It's so frustrating because municipal government shouldn't be political. It really shouldn't. You're providing services for taxes. You're providing public safety, infrastructure, fire safety. You're really taking everybody's taxes and just it should be run like a business, in my opinion. And it's just so frustrating that it's so political, but I can't imagine. I agree with you. I'm trying to be unbiased and talking to people, and
you're straining over there.
I'm really gonna be surprised if Mr. Smith is our mayor come July 1st of next year.
With that being said,
to the show?
And the different thing, my hat's off, and I don't think you'll ever hear anything negative come from this show. My hat's off, and we are 100% behind our officers.
Oh, yes.
And you got to understand, and I don't know the numbers, but I'm just throwing out what I've heard. We're supposed to have like 100, 115 officers, and I think we've got less than 20. These men and women put their life on the line every day.
Yep.
And then you hear people complain about so as they running stop signs, right? They don't have time to write a ticket. I mean, they don't. They go from one call, and they've usually, if anybody monitors or listens to the radio traffic, they usually got a list. They prioritize their calls. Meridian people they're struggling. I'm telling you, the police department, and you can't blame those boots on the ground.
Correct.
The men and women. that are out there busting their tails to answer these calls. And sometimes they're 3, 4, 5 calls deep. Now, with that being said, granted, there are some frivolous, people crazy, folks. I'm sorry that people there's some crazy folks in this world, and a lot of it is wasting our police officers' time on this arguing and that and arguing. And my 13-year-old don't want to go to school. Would you come by? Some of that's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, you have to be a parent.
But again, our hats are off to our police officers.
All
work.
city employees. I mean, there are really good people that work for the city of Meridian. So I do appreciate that you're clarifying. We're talking about leadership, not because there's great people in every one of those departments. That
and another thing that people don't realize: these police officers that you see at 6, 7 o'clock at night, they're in overtime trying to.
They've been at work since 6 that morning, and you're seeing them at 8 o'clock that night. So no, they may not be smiling and passing out dumb suckers. I mean, I'm sorry, the poor guy's been working 14, 16 hours. He's done been cussed at. He's probably been threw up on. I mean, he's had a bad day.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And it's not. So you ought to ask them to come in and sit down. Just you and say the police chief and have an interview. Not necessarily on the show. One off to the side where y'all do one-on-one.
And let me say this to her, and I do. You are invited, but let me say this to her. Do I think everything is police chief's fault? No. She is getting direction from a building that I happen to be in front of called City Hall. Mm-hmm. She can only do what she's told she can do. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Sometimes your hands are tied in your job. I was at a job one time that I couldn't do anything because I had someone who micromanaged me that didn't have any clue what they were doing.
And love him or hate him, but it ain't all the mayor's fault either, because you got a city council that he has to answer to. In the perfect world is harmonious and they work together.
Yep.
But it ain't always that way. You've got to have a city council.
Are you talking about Kumbaya again?
Yeah.
Somebody said, who is the city manager? And I'd like to answer that. No one. So we are, the mayor is statutorily required. That means the law says he has to appoint a CAO, Chief Administrative Officer, that is approved by the city council. We are 2+ years removed from the last time he brought somebody to city council. So that spot has remained vacant.
Don't we? And we're supposed to have someone there.
The law says that we are, but...
so who's responsible for that? The mayor or the city council?
The city council, or the mayor's responsible for bringing someone to the city council to approve.
Wow. So we have not had that done. That's just another little...
The answer is no one is the city manager / chief administrative officer.
This was brought up. I've had multiple people ask me this. So they own businesses inside the city. They live in the county. Why are they not allowed to? I said, because the way I understand, I'm not a government, I had one semester, but anyhow, you vote where you live.
Correct.
I mean, correct me if I'm, wherever your home address, where you get homestead exemption. Now, do I agree or disagree? I really don't know. I understand you got a business inside the city limits. You should have a say-so.
I think a business owner
You should have say-so in who the mayor, their governing body is. I get what they're saying, but that goes back to you're gonna be able to vote twice. You're gonna vote in the county. You're gonna vote. I mean, we got enough problems with that now. Come on, man. We got dead ancestors that's been voting too. But
it's true.
But anyhow, that has been brought up, and the way I understand our government is you vote where your home address is. So, I mean, it is.
And let me say this: there's a lot of times, and I've heard this, that, and the other from elected officials. There's a reason for the media. It is checks and balances. Let's go back to Watergate. Do you think they would have ever told the truth on that? Let's take a look at the laptop situation. Oh, that didn't happen. Turns out the government was lying to you and not telling you the truth about all of that stuff. There has to be somebody that steps up and asks, tell us. Just because you give me an answer doesn't mean it's the truth. It has to be checked into it. At the end of the day, elected officials sometimes don't always tell the truth. We see that in Shad White's office, don't we? He arrests public officials that take from the citizens, whether they're rich or poor, all the way, we all know what's going on. So that's the purpose of the media, checks and balances. We'll be right back. We'll change the attitude here in just a moment. We got all serious there in politics for a moment. We'll snap back. Julie over there. Where'd you get that gold chain? Was it a gift or did you pick it out?
I stole it off a man.
We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Greg, and everybody knows I love to eat good food. So when you're out and about, come on down to Long's Fish Camp. Been here for over 50 years serving some of the South's best fried fish, hush puppies, shrimp, and hey, don't forget the coleslaw. Probably the best anywhere in the world. Excellent food, excellent service. Drive on down to Enterprise, Mississippi, and enjoy your food from Long's. Remember, at Long's, everybody's family.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie, and we've got our two contestants. Wait a minute.
Look, Wayne says that he thought that necklace was a Mr. T starter kit.
Y'all get a good look at that.
But you know what that reminded me of, Greg? The Honorable Chief Deputy Sheriff Barry White.
Yeah, what's he?
And Harold.
But Barry's got a boo starter kit. Does he still wear that?
Yeah, well, I think he gave it to Harold.
So now Harold
what
wears
starter
the boo
kit?
starter kit.
It's a long story.
I don't know.
Yeah, he knows what it is. He probably just threw his coffee cup down.
Okay.
And Anthony's laughing at him.
Bless it.
Y'all, Scotty Ray can't run for mayor.
Yeah, you have to live in the city, don't you?
Yes, you have to live in the city 2 years prior to. Is it qualified?
Is it 2 years or 6 months?
It's different for city council, but for mayor, it's 2 years prior to. I don't know if it's qualifying date or inauguration.
And you could write him in, but they'd take it away from him.
Yeah, that's
They
happened
take
before.
away a lot of stuff from you, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
We'll have details on that next week. The story is a coming. Hey, I want to say a big thank you to Harold. I have been officially appointed a part-time deputy.
A helicopter and a badge. What's next?
Boy, I tell you what.
Harold has got me on the Clarke County team.
You going to stick that on your hat?
I'm gonna put it right here.
Oh,
Don't that
there
look-
you go.
He looks like Walker, Texas Ranger.
Like the
He
team
just can't
version
kick
of
his
it.
hat.
The T-move version.
The team mover.
But wait, if you order now,
Just pay separate handling fee.
That's pretty funny.
It's
I'll
the
carry
Barney
on.
badge, Tony said.
wait till Odie gets that helicopter from J.C. Whitney and starts putting it together.
I'm working
for you.
on it.
Oh, let's see. As we go back in history, let's go back to 1908. This
I
guy was
remember
born.
that.
You remember that year?
I bet you do.
This would be a big hit, and I think the uncle was the maid in the family, if I remember right.
Yeah, he kind of took care of
Adam's
everybody.
family?
Who's that now?
No.
Oh, I don't remember.
We'll say there was 3 of them.
Yeah, he had 3 of them, and he had to teach them life.
He sold airplanes.
Is that what he did for a living?
I don't know.
I didn't
He
realize
designed and
that.
sold airplanes.
This is a tough one to sell.
Howard Hughes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
No, this is a TV show. Still comes
In
on today.
1908?
No, that's when he
No,
was
that's when
born.
Star
I
was
was going
born.
to say, there wasn't no...
Oh,
Three
somebody
sons?
got it.
There you go.
My 3 sons. Oh, okay.
Fred McMurray. And I thought our hints were horrible there for a moment. Boy, we were saved.
I've never heard of this.
You're kidding.
What?
My 3 sons, and then
We do this every
Fred
week,
McMurray.
and you're just shocked
I never watched
about
that
my
either.
lack of knowledge about television.
Well, I mean, it did look kind of strange with the uncle with the apron on. It did look a little odd back in the day, but it flew.
Now,
Now
Greg
it would
knows
be
this
very
one.
acceptable.
All right. Yes, it would be. Did y'all see the ad to where somebody goes up and they stick a plug on the back of their truck, and it was the Dodge truck pretending to be?
Yeah.
How did it word it?
It said, I identify as a Prius.
Yeah, identify as a priest today. There's a lot of folks that have titles in country music. This lady would be the first of the bunch to get a title, and she was called the Queen of Country Music.
Kitty Wells.
There we go. Greg's all over it there. Of course,
It wasn't God who made honky
Honky
tonk
Tonk
angels.
Angels.
Yes.
Woo! And of course, if you remember, the first lady of country music was.
The first lady of country music,
Yeah.
Tammy Wynette.
That's it. That's it. Now I
Why do you
forget.
look at me every time?
Because I keep waiting on you to say something.
What
I
do
mean,
they,
this should be taught in 3rd grade history. I'm sorry.
It should be. I'm in agreement on this.
And that was my senior year.
Did they give Loretta Lynn a title? Did she get one of them other than Coal Miner's Daughter?
I don't know.
Okay, it's not clicking with
Ooh,
me.
and she was something else now.
She was.
Yes.
Very good. Do you remember a guy named Bill Daly? He was somebody's buddy. He had a girlfriend hung out in a bottle, and she'd go poof and do things.
Jeannie, I dream of Jeannie.
Bill Daly, he was
You said
Major
her girlfriend
Nelson's.
that hung out in a bottle. I thought it was somebody drank a lot.
We're not talking about 8th Street.
It'd be better off if they were in a bottle. I'm sorry.
That was a good show, though. I really liked that.
I like that.
And this Daisy moment is brought
Daisy
to you-
moment?
Yes, it is. 1941, this old boy would be born, and he'd learn how to work on cars, and he'd be there.
Cooter Davenport. He also was Georgia's
And
state
she just had to be
senator.
there. I mean,
Well, she was
Well,
at his
yeah.
gas pump.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you're right, he was a Georgia representative.
Yeah, a senator or representative or
Senator.
something. Yeah.
so do you just? Is there a page that is like things related to Daisy?
Yes, it's a Daisy moment, and you
In
should follow that
Daisy
page.
moment every day.
Every single day they give you a Daisy. This day
Are you
of
being
Daisy.
serious?
Yeah, dead serious.
Today, I think the guy that made her first yellow bikini was
Yes,
born tomorrow.
Right. We can't leave these moments out like that. I mean, it really won't make you take your hat off.
You did that yesterday.
I did. 'Cause it wouldn't fit on.
Hey, she's prettier than a platter full of hush puppies.
What is it? A speckled pup?
Speckled pup under a
Pulpwood
pulpwood
truck.
truck.
Of all the sad songs in America, you have to really, a songwriter can paint a picture for you. They're either good at it or they're just horrible. When a song is still around after 60 years,
He stopped
that it was-
loving her today.
You're close. It's the other
Yeah,
song.
he didn't have any
Sadness.
friends and started crying.
It was Jed Clampett's favorite song in the whole wide world. You could hear it throughout the mansion
Yeah.
as it was being played there. Did you hear that whippoorwill? He sounds too blue to fly.
Hank Williams.
There we go. I'm so lonesome I could cry. And folks, if you've never heard this song and you're sitting out there, go back and listen to this. Whew! It's stout and it paints a picture of somebody that's lonely, that's at the end of their rope. And I'm so lonesome I could cry.
I was reading about it.
It's
All
fine.
the other stuff.
My bucket's got a hole in it. Good stuff there, too.
Okay.
Now, this old boy here
He had a hat bigger than yours.
yeah, a lot bigger than mine. Huge during the 70s. He's associated with Take This Job and Shove It. He
Johnny
was
Paycheck.
Johnny Paycheck. But he had a song, I Said Friend. Don't
Take her. She's all I got.
Woo.
That's a good one.
I love that.
That and slide off of those satin sheets.
Sheets.
Old violin.
Old
oh
violin.
yeah, Johnny. Ooh, he was seen him at the Temple Theater.
Do you remember the song, That's My Woman, That's My Friend? It had a blues sound to it.
It's a paycheck?
Yeah.
Okay.
She, I'll tell a downright dirty joke. She's anyway. I have to go back and listen to that. That was good stuff there, Johnny Paycheck there. This girl, I know that she's a movie star, and she did appear in that remake of the Charlie's Angels. Didn't do anything for me. I couldn't handle it. Cameron Diaz. We'll just leave it at that. Having a birthday today.
She ain't no. What's her name?
Farrah Fawcett.
Cheryl
Teagues. Yeah, I had to say that word carefully.
I like Cameron Diaz.
I'm not. I remember.
So what are you
this,
thinking about right now?
I'm just saying. I heard it said a different way so many times that it almost ruined the way I said her name. So I'm always cautious when saying that name.
Cheryl Ladd.
Cheryl Ladd. Yeah, Ladd. Oh yeah, she was on that. Teagues done something. Maybe she was a couple.
Obviously for you. Just saying.
Christopher Cross. Anybody know that?
Chris Cross.
If you get caught between the moon and New York City, he also had one more song that was huge.
What was it?
No.
It was rock.
Sailing.
Takes Me Away.
Oh, come on. Y'all don't know that song?
Y'all remember that, Christopher Cross?
Can't say I do.
It was big on that other side of the radio dial that most of us didn't listen to.
Yeah.
Greg, you make some of the funniest faces, is what that says.
Here's the scene
It's stuck like that.
As we were watching this show in the 80s and they broke the news to it, it was like, really? That was such a lie. As we go back for TV Guide. Y'all remember this scene where she goes in and Bobby's in the shower and the whole thing was a dream that he really wasn't killed?
Yeah, that's when I kind of quit watching that. Yeah.
It just went away after that. It lost its oomph. The writers had reached the end of their rainbow. I want to hear a heartbeat in the darkness. Anybody remember that song?
Mm-mm.
The Gentle
Come
Giant.
on, Greg. You ought to know this. It's your favorite
Come on, Greg.
one. Gentle Giant of Country Music had that.
Don
August
Williams.
30th, 1986. Heartbeat in the darkness. I like me some Don Williams. What do you do with good old boys like me? Come on, Hollywood don't need you. I still do.
I mean, he's all right. I mean, I ain't going to change the channel, but he ain't like one of my fix.
Lord, I hope this day is good and feeling empty.
He's no fried apple pie.
That's exactly. He ain't no Daisy Duke.
1993, we go to the next one. David Letterman debuted tonight. You remember
that and 25 cents, make a phone call.
What about this guy? This was when he was nobody. He'd been dropped by every record label in Nashville, Tennessee. They didn't want him. He couldn't get a hit.
Be nice.
And this was his first taste of it.
Who is he?
Kenny Chesney. She's Got It All my lovin'. This was back when I'm Living High Off Someone Else's Hog was his big song.
Be sweet. I can tell you're about to be.
I ain't saying
I can look
nothing.
at you and tell.
I don't like him. You don't like him now.
Not your cup of tea. This next guy, this was a man's man.
Yeah.
That's best. He played in a lot of westerns. He was really good at it. When he spoke, he meant it, didn't he?
He was a little short fella that was still whooping butt.
That's good.
Let's see. He had one of the best car chases. One of his movies, a car chase really started.
You lost me.
The TV car chases.
Gabby Hayes.
No.
Donkey.
O.J. Simpson.
That
was supposed to be funny.
Give me the name of what movie are you talking about? Because I don't know the car chase.
Think of it.
He don't know either.
Yeah, just tell us who it is.
Oh yeah. Well, this is it. Death Wish. Charles Bronson passed away today.
No, I think of him. I think about that.
That western.
Charles brought that, but he made some. What's the other movie?
Y'all are having a tough time getting your words.
He made a
together.
series of movies.
Death Wish.
That's it.
Yeah, it's right there.
I'm sorry, my antenna wasn't up.
There we go, right there. Death Wish. He was good at that.
He was bad.
He was a
a
salesman and designer by day. At night, he went and handled business up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He'd ride the subway just to find you. And it was several issues of that. Leah, you never thought that somebody that we kind of consider to be above the law could be sentenced. It happened today. This was big news back in the day that she went to the jailhouse. And she stayed for quite a while there as Leona Hemsley was convicted. Tax evasion. She went to the big house over that.
Don't know who that is either.
She was very rich. And how do you say that word? Heiress?
Heiress.
I want to say it how it almost comes. You have to be careful on that sometimes. Sometimes you get tongue twisted. That's it. I never saw this movie, but I hear it was a humdinger, as they say.
Humdinger.
That's a
You've heard that.
Star.
But I did not see it, so I cannot personally say. Anybody remember Slumdog Millionaire?
No, I never. No. I remember it, but I never watched it.
It won a bunch of awards.
Yeah, it was very popular.
Did Clint Eastwood have something to do with that one, or was it Baby Millionaire Baby or something that he did?
No clue.
I don't know.
Never
that
seen
one
it.
either.
Okay.
Didn't get that channel.
We're not, we're not a very knowledgeable group. You ask us a bunch of questions.
It had something to do with boxing. That Clint Eastwood,
Rocky.
No, it was a girl that boxed. or
Oh,
something.
$1 Million Baby.
Yeah,
or something
see?
like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
I did not.
No, I didn't.
This guy has got issues in life. That's all I can say about this. His wife walks around naked half the time now. He's lost his contract with his tennis shoes. He had to
Kanye.
take. Yes. On this day back in 15, he decided.
Why is that funny?
Because she got something.
Knock the dust off that side of the score pad.
I've gotten a couple today.
Kanye decided to run for president back in 15, as we all know. That did not work out for him.
Bless him.
Didn't know who that was either.
Take care of your mental health, people.
Oh, definitely.
This girl was Mary Tyler Moore friend, and she had a spinoff show called Valerie Harper there.
Rhoda.
There, she
I
passed
do
away today.
remember that.
If I'm not mistaken, it was cancer that she lost her life to, if I remember correctly. A good woman, we hate that happened. This was a fiasco. There's no other way to word this. 2021, the last troops would leave Afghanistan. As we all watched those planes take off, we would leave millions of dollars of
Well, we had
surplus.
people trying
Brand
to
new
hold on
stuff.
to the wing to get off of there.
Y'all, one of the most, I mean, when I was at the convention, those Gold Star families, they came out, and it was the parents of those people that
In Chicago?
Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't go to Chicago. But, well, I went to Chicago, but not for the convention, to clarify. But anyways, it was, man, that was tough.
It's touching.
I mean, it was tough.
is.
There weren't very many dry eyes in that house.
And this
it was
happens when
awful.
you have a leader that really doesn't quite understand how things need to unfold. And that's we lost some lives there, and
Billions of dollars worth of equipment.
that was used against us later.
And
Yeah, brand new
no
helicopter.
respect for the lives that were lost.
That's correct.
They could have gave
That's
you a
the-
helicopter.
They sure could have. We hate that happened, and just we try to tell it how it really is there.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about this guy, and I thought about Ronald Reagan. What was that famous line that Reagan said when he stepped up for that podium? Mr.
Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
This guy would pass away today. I'd forgotten all about him. Y'all
Yeah.
remember? Looked like he had a tattoo on his head there. I always
That
thought
was
it.
his birthmark.
Yeah.
I know, but it always looked like he had a tattoo. Every time I saw him, I thought, well, that's odd. But he passed away at the age of 91, I believe. He was, 91.
Rusty says Greg looks lost. That's just his face.
Yeah.
You don't remember Gorbachev?
Nah.
Really? He was
I
head of
knew he
Russia.
was, I knew he was Russian, but you know.
Yeah, and that was the big thing of Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Ronald Reagan's one of his most famous speeches there that happened. We'll be right back as we travel along this morning. We've got more local headlines to come your way. Some laughs, some tears. It's all headed your way at the Scotty Ray Report.
Here at Meridian Cycles, we're your local authorized dealer for all your Polaris, Can-Am, Honda, and Suzuki side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and motorcycles. And we service everything we sell. And for you do-it-yourselfers, we have a very knowledgeable parts department to help you with all your needs. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North right here in Meridian, or call at 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
And I was trying to find my coffee cup. I apologize about that. We've had a tragedy as we go to this, as we pull up our latest headlines from Clarke County. There was the death of an inmate yesterday. This appears to be 100% natural causes as we're getting this. An autopsy will be performed as always, but that's what we're looking at. That we send out condolences to family members of this person. Things happen, and we certainly hate that came about in Clarke County. Again, condolences to the family members of this person. I think the name will be released later today. Now, as always, we call out someone when things aren't done exactly the way we feel they should be with taxpayers. But I have to say that a boy. For the first time, let me pull this up and show it. We got our new grand jury report yesterday. Anybody notice one thing it doesn't have this time? Telling the Meridian Police Department, you've done this wrong. This is the first time it's not been in there in months. So they've been working behind the scenes on some of the stuff that they've been doing with their investigating tools to where it didn't need to be said this time. But Odie, I looked at this. They jumped all over Odie. Did you see this? There's wasp on the bus. Yes, your bus.
I gave that bus to the court systems to use. But I did get called that day and said, hey, so I made a beeline down there and we tried to get that took care of. But there was wasp on the bus and that's being...
You know what he did? He put a sticky note on the door that says no wasp.
Allowed.
And they also went into the grand jury report saying that we needed a new jail in Clarke County and urged the supervisor...
Lauderdale?
In Clarke County?
Did I say Clarke? I meant Lauderdale. Yeah. I've been hanging out in Clarke so much here lately. Whew. But the Lauderdale County Grand Jury, they need a new jail, is what they suggested in here. If you get a chance, we've got it posted. I'd love for you to read that.
How old's the jail we got?
20 years, maybe?
Yeah.
Do they not last long?
Well, when they're built out of paper mache, I mean, they usually don't last that long.
That could be the problem there.
I don't know.
It's not a road, it's a jail.
I hate where that jail is.
Well, I do too.
I hate where it is.
Well, why don't they buy the mall? It's abandoned.
Yeah, you could put one there pretty easily. There's a thought. It's a lot of money, I do know that.
It's a lot of money. Let me tell you something taxpayers don't like to pay for, and that's jails and corrections.
Well, you can send them
you want them locked up, and you want it to be, but
you can
when you
send
see how
them to college cheaper than you can send them to jail.
You sure can.
But if they'd put them to making little rocks out of big rocks, there wouldn't be as many in jail, and they sure wouldn't want to go back.
Wasn't that Arizona that not only
the sheriff
put them in a tent, but at the same time, it cost X amount of dollars to house you. So when you get out, you owe us X amount of dollars. And you go get you a job, and you pay us back for what it cost for us to house you.
What sheriff was it in Texas that made them all wear pink?
No, that's the Arizona Joe.
Joe.
Sheriff Joe.
Yeah,
Joe Arpaco or something like that.
He was, you didn't want to go to his
jail.
Well,
you didn't have very many repeat offenders.
No,
they were glad when they got out.
It's kind of like Clarke County.
Kind of like the Bear Yacht.
Back to the Bear Yacht.
That's true.
Well, it's like Todd said the other morning, they deserve to be treated well. They need to be fed, housed, but all this TVs and games and microwaves and all that, no, you gave that up when you broke the law.
That I agree 120% with that. Hello, Miss Goldchain. Mrs. T.
Mrs. T starter kit. We're going to start selling those.
We had the Pearl Police make a traffic stop. Y'all aware of this? And lo and behold, what's in the car? A Meridian Murder suspect. Yes, sir, Bob. They pulled over someone in a Chevy Camaro there. The Bravo shift was all of this, and he's going to be tranted back. Do you pronounce that or how do you say that word?
Just skip it.
Earl.
Omnius.
We'll call him Earl. We'll go by his middle name. Now, Earl's been shipped back to Lauderdale County to face this. I sent in
when was the alleged murder?
2019. It was his.
They've been looking for him for
apparently
5 years.
Apparently so. 2019 is when it was his stepfather that was murdered. Now,
so he's been
apparently. How do you get by that many times that long?
Wow.
I ain't looking real hard, apparently.
I've sent an email to City Hall about this, and they sent back for me to call somebody. I was out all day yesterday, so we're going to try to get more information on this.
Okay.
Hey, but again, you got 18 officers doing a job of 110.
Yep.
Come on, dude. These folks working themselves to death.
It's hard to keep up with all that. So hopefully we'll get some more details on that. And he also now, there was another murder that happened in 2020 that he has a tie-in to also. So while he was on one, he got another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might need to get him off the streets.
I'm thinking that too.
Yeah, you think?
So we'll get more information on that as it develops as well. Yesterday I topped a hill and whoop, you couldn't go any further. This was 8th Street as they made a repair.
Ooh, the original Dairy Queen right there.
It sure was.
I came through later, and
run over those cones.
sometimes no, they had it back open, but they didn't have it all the way fixed, and sometimes
question-
I'm not going under the speed limit like I should be.
Well, I
It
think
surprised me.
There it is.
I was like, oh well.
Y'all tell me what's missing from this picture. Y'all look at this. What's missing in this picture?
A worker?
No. There's an item that is missing out of this picture that disappeared overnight, and I don't know where it went. It just one day went away. The hoist is still hanging there.
Oh, well, that's because Greg used to get up in that ship.
Oh, that used to have the boat on the roof.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah, we got in trouble one night for fishing out of that boat. We thought it was funny, but
police didn't. It did. I remember seeing it, and then it just disappeared. So I don't know where that went to. We had someone who found a parking place all by themselves earlier in the week. They just park your Lincoln where you want to today.
That was like your old car.
Scotty Ray, he's on the corner up there with his camera and his cowboy.
He said it's slow. I'm just going to make my own accident.
He had to catch a helicopter is what it was.
We had a little fender bender right here near Carver.
At the back porch,
and that's not it.
That's chair big enough for you.
Right there. There at the bank, we had a little fender bender yesterday afternoon. Nothing serious. Just caused a little disturbance there for a minute or two.
Added another call to the MPD.
Now, if you are one of these, it sure did. If you're one of these that like to exercise coming up, it's going to be the annual
That's me.
9/11 stair climb. Are y'all ready for that?
Man, that one's tough. They do it every year.
How many times you got to run up down them stairs?
It's something to do with 9/11.
Yeah, it goes up 90 stories.
Oh, it's the number of steps.
Yeah, so
if you had climbed all the way back down.
50 times.
Yeah, it's something like that.
You got to go up and down 50 times.
I don't know how they do it.
I couldn't. That's not my thing. Hey, we got a missing puppy in Clarke County as we go here. It's a Great Dane. If you happen to see her walking around.
Oh.
Ooh. She's putting on her sexy eyes there.
Oh. Got them bedded days.
They'd like to have her back home if you happen to see her. Don't forget the
Shriners with the boiled peanuts going on throughout the weekend. And go out there support
It's
them.
also tax-free sports.
Yeah, Second Amendment weekend.
Hunting Paradise weekend.
Yep.
I will be down at Honest R.W.'s Gun Emporium.
If you don't, but you can just come get food though.
That's right. That's right. Be cooking
Free
hamburgers,
food.
hot
Free food.
dogs. You know.
Where's the boiled peanuts at?
At the Shriners.
Shriners in Marion.
Over in Marion.
Also, we got some free hot dogs today. We thought we'd bring this up. Also, going to be there at Jeffrey Wilson. Go by and get you a hot dog. They're going to be doing that as Football Friday gets underway, taking care of folks there. With that, we'll swing by and visit with them for a few moments. We got a busy morning.
You had a busy day, but if you had that helicopter, look at the time you could save.
I know, Greg. You and I didn't get a chance to talk about this. You and I went out last weekend to a new dog kennel. And,
That's right. Dog Paradise.
It is. There it is.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, it was really nice. I made a
Canine
reservation.
Country Club?
Yes.
We went
Air
out.
conditioned, heated. I mean,
You going to stay the night?
I made a reservation.
You can go see if it's...
I've stayed in worse places, I can tell you. The brochure ain't always what it is. But no, that is a really nice place. You need some good folks that'll love your animal. Give them a holler.
It's very roomy. That's kind of what it looks like inside if you're wondering where your pup would stay, and has access for them to go outside.
That is nice.
Yeah, outside was beautiful.
It was.
Yeah.
So a little something new in the community that we're getting there.
We go on vacations, and when we do, we can at least pamper our puppy dogs and let them have a nice place while we're gone. And that's a beautiful place right there.
I would love to take Chrissy somewhere like that, but she can't act right. She likes to box other dogs, so she has to have private in-home care.
A lot of times animals take on the personality
She's got
of
one.
their owners.
I'll own that one.
I mean,
Is that why Bo Stevens is fat and happy?
That's right. Just tickled to death.
She's 13.
But your pups are kind of like children. They have all different personalities. Of course, I got two. There's Sophie, who loves to ride like Bo Cephas. Car cranks up, she's in the right seat looking out the window where we're going. And then there's a little bit. Poor Ellie, who cannot stand a car. She has issues in cars. Anybody that's ever taken her somewhere for me has to change clothes after it because she's
terrified.
She's doing this. It's scary. She won't even ride on a golf cart. They've never seen a dog like that before. So there we are. We'll be right back. We got more coming up here as we
Again?
travel. Yeah, we're coming back. You got
the 24-hour show.
What was it that T used to say? I'm gonna get you, sucker. What did he say? I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Do a little pity for me.
Somebody said instead of Mrs. T, it ought to be the Golden Girl.
Working on a big project? Need reliable equipment? Paris Tractor has you covered. From skid steers to excavators, tractors to trenchers, we have top quality equipment for rent on a project-to-project basis. All our equipment is expertly maintained for peak performance, ensuring you get the job done right. Our team is here to help you choose the perfect machinery for your needs with flexible rental terms to fit any project. Call us or visit ParisRents.com to rent your equipment today. Come see us at Paris Tractor, where we're more than a tractor store.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows, call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Sorry.
We were just discussing the wasp that were located on the bus that made the grand jury report. And Greg,
I'd get on a 90-passenger bus to go eat lunch. I mean, what happened to a 16-passenger van?
It is huge, y'all.
Well, nobody gave.
They've all got their own apartment on there.
Well, somebody's apartment had a wasp on it.
And I'm understanding that there was one wasp. It wasn't like it was. It had.
I got a phone call and he goes, he said it's got one wasp, and somebody said there was a wasp. He said, well, I can't do anything, I'm driving, so here's a wasp.
But is that singular or plural? Wasp, waspices, waspus, waspus,
But y'all pass by, really. It is like a Greyhound.
Yeah, it ain't even a regular school bus. This is one of them big old good ones.
Y'all, his feet are dangling.
Somebody jacked up my chair when we went on break.
Well, he's right.
Now I have a letdown here. We're having technical difficulties. The Golden Girl over here, or Ms. T.
All right. Let's move along so I can
Greg's the
leave.
driver of the bus. He's got his bus driving license.
But seriously, it is big, and hopefully, couldn't you go to auction and trade that for a smaller van for that?
You think?
I'm just
because that's one we use for emergency
Well, you got
evacuation. Well,
They're dual using something, and it's so something that could be sitting there.
So it's free to them.
Yeah.
And they're using it, and it help us keep it up.
And it ain't going that far. I mean, it's like
not.
half a mile.
Couldn't we just go to the Hank Flory boardroom and have somebody run down, pick it up, and bring the food back? I'm just thinking out loud here. Wouldn't it?
It's always easier to sit on the outside and say, why are y'all not doing it this way? But sometimes instead of buying a whole nother vehicle,
they're using mine for free.
They're using one we already got.
Yeah.
Well, I'll spend.
And you know how much I paid for it? Zero.
See?
That maybe somebody paid for it though.
But somebody did somewhere.
Yeah, it started out as a county school bus, I think. That's just a rumor.
It did.
A yellow dog.
Okay.
It did.
Big dog.
But
it's
hey,
a Great Dane. It's a big dog. Big dog.
And like you said, diesel engines don't sit up well, so we have to
Yeah.
crank them up, we have to run them, we have to drive them, and this way, that's one less bus I have to worry about taking around the block once a month.
I guess the good thing is if everybody in the courthouse had to be evacuated, they could all ride and call a friend.
Exactly.
2 birds, 1 stone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to bring this up. I get a lot of questions about this every single day about the burn ban. Let me show you all this. These are the counties that are under the burn ban now. And I can't read that, so let me put on my glasses over here. That's going to be Noxubee County, Winston, Lowndes, Clay, and Monroe, all north of here, and to the southwest of Meridian, that would be Smith County.
What did Smith do out there all by themselves?
Just dry.
Somebody was trying to burn the watermelon patch.
Hey, we got a half an inch of rain yesterday. I was very proud to get it.
And it's dried up and gone.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get a little bit more on that.
Had some lightning
It rained
strikes.
really hard in Jackson the past 2 days.
Chances are we're not going to have a burn ban here unless it's put out by the governor, because we have so many people that don't understand the law, and when it says burn ban, they go out and burn anyway.
Well, that goes back. You got to have some bite in your bark if you're going to implement a burn ban, and you're going to say a $500 fine. I don't care who it is or whose mama's cousin's babysitter Sunday school teacher. Write them a ticket.
Yeah.
It don't matter. If you're going to implement it, enforce it. Don't go out there and warn nobody just because they vote and they got a lot of cousins. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not, don't. I mean, it's simple. I did that for 30 years with the Forestry Commission. I know all about burn bans, and they ain't worth the paper they're written on if you ain't going to enforce it. But I also tell people, those that get out and burn responsibly, and I know it's good burning weather. It is. And if you do it the right way and you have a water source handy, and you dot all the I's, cross all the T's, you shouldn't be punished for what dummies do. But if when fire numbers go up and they keep getting work day and night responding to these little nuisance fires, then you're going to end up with a burn ban.
I had one yesterday, I think, in Collinsville, as a matter of fact. I saw a bunch of fire trucks out there yesterday.
Just be careful, people.
Is that in your chopper
He flew
ride?
over.
Yeah.
He flew over.
Well, it is truly amazing what you can see from the air that you can't see from here.
Woohoo! Really?
Really? You should have been with me. Well, I'm going to go see if we can take another flight.
You saw somebody out by the pool, didn't you?
We did. We saw a lot of swimsuits yesterday. It's amazing when you sit up there with binoculars. Everybody was.
You said there was one that didn't even have a swimsuit.
That's just rumor I heard.
I appreciate him flying over me.
We want to warn everybody that this is we're going into Labor Day weekend, and Cameron Lee will be on the streets. We want to remind you that the Highway Patrol is going to be out.
But ain't he a nice guy?
Here we are again, showing the thinning I got.
I hit the wrong button.
He is one more
We can see it either way.
super nice guy.
He is.
I mean, I've never met a highway patrolman that, he writes you a ticket and you want to thank him and give him a tip. Thank you, be careful. I mean,
He is a good guy.
He is. Cameron's just a nice guy.
And we're going to see a lot of the Mississippi Highway Patrol out this weekend, and probably your small town, wherever you're watching from, maybe it's a large town that you're at, will have enhanced police. Drinking and driving happens on holidays like this, and they're going to try to take those threats off of the street. So be polite as much as you can. That's why they're out there.
Sheriff's been out, and they're going to continue to be out.
And as I learned yesterday, don't go near Arkansas. Who trooper? What was?
Where did you fly to?
I was well. They were talking about the number one guy from Arkansas, the pit maneuver, and I can't remember his name, of the people that he takes out that run from the law.
Oh, yeah.
To where they've got a different law in Arkansas to where they encourage them to do that. If you run from the law.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Wreck them, run them off a cliff. It don't matter. If you do not obey the law, you deserve what you get. I'm sorry.
The interesting thing about that, because my next question is, I said, well, what about statistics? How many people are killed by that? And they said, no difference. It is done right. They train them right in Arkansas. If you run, you're going to jail, and they're going to pit your car. Interesting. I think his name was Joe. What his name? I'll have to ask.
And I bet the number kind of dropped a little bit because people realized they're not going to put up with that.
I don't even think you can chase a car in Jackson, Mississippi, can you? It's
No.
like, go ahead and steal it.
Well, you can't. Well, you can't.
Well, Capitol Police will get you. They won't.
Capitol will. But,
Capitol.
but Jackson itself.
Well, they run so many stop signs and red lights over there because they're scared to stop because they see carjacked.
Might not have any tires.
That's exactly right.
That's like me and Greg took that water over there.
Hey, it was rough now.
Was it?
I don't know where we went, but I can tell you right now, you can stop at a stop sign, they'll steal the radio and leave the music playing.
Did y'all actually have water when you got there?
We did. Now, people was really looking at us. We took a whole trailer full of water that the Meridian Police Department, Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, and members of the community put together for the Jackson Police Department when the water crisis was going on over there. And so we delivered it to the police station. And we had to go through some sketchy areas to get this water to them. And look at them all hot. What y'all been doing over there? And
Scotty Ray won't turn on the air.
Now he's got the heater on this side.
Well, he's got it on a timer. When the show's over, the air cuts off. We didn't put in another quarter.
So Greg said, "Don't you stop at this stop sign." Said, "Them 4 people over there is looking at this water, wanting some." They chased us all the way to the police department.
Do we have any birthdays this morning? Did anybody come?
We do have a few.
All right, who we got there?
Is it that time again? I guess everybody else is ready to go. All right, so we got Stevie Wyndham.
He watches from Nashville every day.
Nashville. He'll have his 65th birthday tomorrow. Stacy Parker's 39. Matt White, 34. Amy Branning's got a birthday today. Sarah Tucker's got a birthday. Donald and Lenora Everett celebrating their 49th wedding anniversary. And Marcy Joyner is having a birthday today. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to everyone. We're going to hit that button and hit the go. And we've got Donald and Lenora Everett celebrating their 49th wedding anniversary. And they are a winner of the Scotty Ray Hyundai of Meridian coffee mug. All you got to do is go by Hyundai Meridian Highway 39 North and pick that up.
I got the name of the officer in Arkansas. It's Officer Bird.
Bird.
Mr. Bird
Officer
enjoys
Bird.
driving up and pitting your car there. Pretty good at it, from what they say.
I like it.
I'll have to go to YouTube and watch some of his specials. I think they, Scott County has started that lately of chronicalizing what their officers do behind the scenes. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't know if y'all watched that yet.
I watched a little bit of it.
Good views on Friday night there. Have I left off anything that we needed to talk about? Of course, we got coming up next week, next Friday, full moon.
Next Friday.
Football season's kicking off.
Get your 80s costume ready. What are you going to be?
He's going to go with Scotty Ray. He's got that Scotty Ray starter kit. That
I still got the
Halloween.
shirt from '88 that I graduated in. I was going to wear, but
I'm going to go as Mr. T. I'm halfway
you're already
there.
Lone Star sang about that. If you didn't know that,
I'm gonna get me a lollipop. And be was Telly Savalas.
there you are.
He loves you, baby.
That's not long off. Speaking of that, Halloween, and it used to be big. Is that still big in our community to have those Halloween parties, the dress-up parties?
It's more for adults than it is for kids nowadays.
They don't invite you because you don't go, like the disco.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look at that. All right. As we get ready to go, Odie, have you got a good word for us to leave today?
I've got us one. And today we're going to go to Acts 20, verse 22. And now, behold, I go bound in the Spirit unto Jerusalem, not knowing the things that shall befall me there. One time, we never know what we're getting into each day. But one thing we know, if we start our day off with a prayer to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to be with us and lead us and protect us, we'll always be safe as long as we have Him by our side. Change your life today. Bring into the Lord into your life. Give your life over to Him and have everlasting life. There's no better way to go to the Lord in prayer and have Him on your side. We hope you have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. We'll be back Monday to start your week all over again. But until then, remember, It's not just us today, but all four of us enjoy being here with you today because we all love you. Even the Mr. T starter.
You even have a fan. Look at this.
Yeah.
We love you, that girl.
Yeah. Look at there. How much did that cost?
I'm not coming back.
We hear that.
Y'all treat me bad. Y'all really do treat me bad.
This is Southern hospitality at its best.
That's exactly right.
Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. We'll be out and about everywhere today. Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you soon.